Hello everybody, I'm Captain JK. If you don't know me, I'm a captain on Boeing 787. Today I'm going to tell you about me becoming an airline pilot. What was I doing before I became a pilot? I didn't go to aviation college or Air Force Academy to become a pilot. I don't want to say that I was like a person who had been dreaming of pilot since I was a kid. Well, not really. Having said that, being an airline captain was one of the dreams of mine when I was around 10, I guess. But thereafter, 10 years just passed like a bullet, forgetting my dream. Somehow, I ended up majored in genetic engineering in Seonggyeongwan University in South Korea. Ridiculously, in my high school, one of the subjects that I hated to study was biology. Makes no sense, right? When I got accepted to the university, genetic engineering was not my first choice to begin with. I think it was just one of the popular majors, since it was very promising at the moment, in those days I should say. It took me like 5 years to find myself standing, in the wrong spot. What that means is that I didn't really like my major at all. But I was thinking that I had no choice but staying right there. What made me quit my major? It was, I think, 28 years ago. I was spending most of the time in the library in my college, preparing to move on to the next step, to the next course, which was graduate school. There, I happened to meet a person who changed my whole life completely. One day, out of the blue, one senior came to me and asked, "Do you want to be rich?" Huh? That was one of the weirdest questions I've ever been asked. But my answer was yes. Thanks to him, I happened to know that there were, pilot training programs from Korean Air and Asiana Airlines, and I was qualified to apply those companies. It made my heart beating so hard. First, it was like I finally found something that, may let me escape from what I was doing. And it's being a pilot. I felt that it was like, killing two birds with one stone. I don't know, it took only a few days until I made up my mind, and we decided to prepare together for the one that comes first, whatever it is, Korean Air, Asiana. But it wasn't easy to convince my parents, especially my mom, because me being a pilot at the moment was not what she had in mind. Nevertheless, I tried to put everything into my brain to meet the requirements. I had to study basic, physics and math, English, and many more. I used to like English when I was in high school, but my speaking at the moment was not as good as I thought it would be. Since, the recruiting didn't require any flight experience, I thought that, the interview with the native speaker would be one of the biggest part of being accepted. And unfortunately, I had no overseas schooling experience for English at all. Time was running out. Only within 6 months or so, I had to make myself ready. I was desperate. But as always, there was nothing magical. I get paid just as much as I did. And as time went by, my mom seemed to open her heart to her only son's dream. At the end of the year, I finally got accepted by Korean Air pilot training program, and the one who was most excited and congratulated me was my mom. How do I like being an airline pilot? I've been flying as a captain, as an airline pilot since 1997. what would be the privileges of an airline pilot? Free tickets for family, being able to go traveling, and comparatively high salary, all good. But for me, the one that I like the most as an airline pilot is having lots of spare time, especially on weekdays. So I kind of tend to stay at home on weekends because it's always crowded with people. On the other hand, getting tired from jet lag, sometimes I can't participate in family gatherings, sometimes I have to go to work without being noticed. I think these are the downsides of being an airline pilot. One thing that I think it was a lot of a shame was that I was not able to take my mom on my flight because she passed away just before I finished my flight training. But I have never ever regretted choosing this job for the last 27 years. If you or someone near you are trying to have this job, I personally recommend you to continue until you get it. All the airline businesses are getting better now, as you can see. Maybe soon they will need you to join them. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.